What is the relevance of the pending measures with the incident that transpired yesterday? Will it help? Will it clarify? Will it dilute the confusion? Will it foster more amicable situations insofar as the Coast Guard is concerned? Anybody from the Coast Guard? Yung nangyari kahapon?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On the part of the Philippine Coast Guard, sir, I think the passage of the maritime zones would help the Philippine Coast Guard as a law enforcement agency and the armed forces of the Philippines in clearly identifying the maritime zones of the Philippines. With respect with the incident that happened in Ayungin Shoal, which falls within the exclusive economic zone of our country, I think the passage of a maritime zone would clearly strengthen our defined zones in our maritime jurisdiction, sir.
Will it enable other states to follow international norms and standards as a form of an obligation under existing international customary laws? Will it enable them to adhere? Will it force them to follow if we pass this maritime zone law? Will it force adherence and compliance, making it obligatory for them to respect not just our territory, but maritime safety as well?
Mr. Chair, I would like to believe that the countries in the region and other claimant states in the South China Sea, which all of them are signatory to the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea, are in the obligation to respect our maritime jurisdiction if ever we're going to define our maritime zones. But of course, that's a belief that we would like to carry on. But obviously, there are some states who would choose not to respect the provisions of the international law, particularly the UNCLOS. So I don't want to be that pessimistic to argue that all of the countries would respect our maritime zones, even if we're going to pass our own maritime zone, sir.
Thank you, Coast Guard. Can we have another opinion just to edify this committee coming from the Office of the Solicitor General?
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon,
Senator
Project.
Tolentino. Based on my reading of the proposed bills on the Philippine Maritime Zones, immediately it occurs to me that this is essentially a reflection of the relevant provisions of the UNCLOS, to which more than 100 countries are members. And therefore, if we have a law like this, which is essentially a reflection of an international convention where the members comprise practically the entire international community, there is an expectation, Mr. Chairperson, Senator Tolentino, of an obligation on the part of these member states to comply with our own laws, since these are, as I said, a reflection essentially of an international convention of which they are members.